Hello friends, it's Mama Moonlight and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Today we are doing a cord cutting ritual. If you've purchased a cord cutting ritual from me, or if you just have questions in general on how to do one, this video is going to be super helpful for you, I hope. So let's get right into it. For cord cutting ritual that we will be performing today, you should have 2 candles. If you purchased the kit from me, you would have received a white candle and a black candle, or a white candle and a candle that signifies kind of what you're trying to break free from, or what have you. So the colors may be off, but you will have 2 candles. So today we are using a white candle and a black candle. You also would have received matches in a little bottle, a piece of cording, and it may be a piece of black cording or a piece of twine, but you would have received cording, a Palo Santo stick. Of course, yours would be new and not old and used like mine. And a jar of black salt. Not this size, but a small vial of black salt was sent with your kit, as well as a clear quartz stone. So candles, cord, matches, salt, and clear quartz is what you should have received. Also, some information on the cord cutting ritual, the materials needed, and suggested ritual, plus a few tips from me as well. This is just a suggested ritual. If you already have a ritual that you do, that is super perfect, and you can continue doing that ritual. That's fine. If you're brand new to cord cutting, this is just a suggested ritual, a good way to kind of get started in things. Always make sure that you read the suggested ritual before beginning any of your rituals, especially with the kits that you get from me. And even if you're on your own, kind of know what you're going into before you go into it. The first thing that we're going to do is cleanse our space with the Palo Santo. I actually, before I do any type of work as well, like to cleanse my hands with Florida water. And you guys, I do make Florida water, of course. So this is the Florida water, all natural, that I make. It is available on my website, shameless plug. So I like to dilute it in a spray bottle and make sure that I cleanse my hands before I start any type of ritual work. Always. It's always also good if you could take a shower or a bath prior to doing any type of ritual work as well. The next thing that we're going to do, we've already read our instructions, right? We read the instructions. So we know that the next step is going to be to cleanse our space with the Palo Santo. While we're cleansing our space with the Palo Santo, we're going to light it with a match. Lighting with matches is super important. It kind of reduces any excess chemicals that might get into the air from using a lighter, okay? Or like a fuel lighter, a different fuel lighter, because anyway, so using matches is always a great idea, but if you can't, that's also okay. Next, we're going to light our match. While you're lighting your match and doing our cleansing, we always want to focus on the intentions and allow any negative thoughts to evacuate our minds. So we don't want to have any negative thoughts abound. As we cleanse ourselves and our space, remember to always go into your ritual with the best clear mind. If your mind isn't clear before performing the ritual, it's always a good idea to try to wait for a time when your mind is more clear and focused on positive intentions, okay? So as our Palo Santo is lighting, we're going to be using it to cleanse our space and all of our ritual tools today. With Palo Santo, it is okay to give it a little shake to put it out, and you want to get the smoke around each of your tools that you'll be using as well as yourself, okay? I'm doing it around myself now, keeping my mind clear, my intentions pure, and focusing on my goal of what I wish to accomplish today. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the camera so that we can focus more on the ritual. Also, you'll want to have a fire-safe dish or plate and candle holders. So if you don't have candle holders, I'm going to show you what you can do for that. And if you don't have a fire-safe dish, this is kind of messy, you can always just use a bowl of sand and stick your candles in it. You can also pretty much make any dish fire safe by using sand as a heat absorber. Okay, what we are going to do is first hold the white candle in our hand. As we hold the white candle, we are imagining this candle as ourselves. So the white candle or one of your candles represents yourself. You want to infuse your energy and essence into this candle, okay? So we're going to close our eyes for a few moments and just put in our own energy, ourselves, into this candle and all the things that we wish to accomplish from this ritual. All right. And we're going to go ahead and take this candle and put it in our candle holder. If you do not have a candle holder, that is quite all right. Okay, light my match, baby. You can just simply melt a bit of wax on the bottom of your candle and use that to adhere it into place like that. As you can see, the candle is stuck in place here on my dish. And what I'm using is like one of the things that you use for a pot when it comes off the stove. Next, you're going to take your second candle, whether it's black, red, pink, or whatever color it may be, and you're going to imagine this candle as the bond that you wish to break, whether that's a bond with a former or ex-lover, whether that's the bond with a business relationship or professional career, a traumatic experience, a family relationship, or anything that you wish to break. You're going to imagine that this candle is the bond that we are breaking today. You're going to infuse this candle with that energy, and we're going to do the same thing to adhere it into place, okay? And I can't light this on camera because it's a little tricky for me. So if I can do this part on camera, just go ahead and melt it a bit. I think I melted it enough. I did not. Let me try it again. And you guys, I'm not going to edit this video, so because I want you to know that everything isn't perfect. There's no editing on life, okay? Oh, and it's okay if it drips a bit, guys. That's perfectly all right. Come on. Maybe there should be some editing on life because what the heck? All right. And remember to keep your energy clear the entire time that you are performing your rituals. Never focus on any ill intent. We don't want to bring harm to others. We simply just want to cleanse and clear and reclaim our own personal energy that we deserve to do, okay? Okay, so now that we have both candles in place, we can start the next part of our ritual. Next, you're going to take your cord and we're going to gently tie our cord around the candles, imagining it to be the bond that we wish to break. So this cord is the bond that's attaching you to whatever it is you're trying to break free from. And if you need to cut the cord a bit, that is quite all right. Go ahead and cut it down. I am going to tie the cord here first around the candle that's representing me. I'm going to tie it around a few times here. I'm going to bring it up. And you can tie it any kind of way. There's no specific way that you have to tie this cord, guys. I am going to have to go get some scissors because my cord is really long and I do want to cut it. So I'm going to go look for some scissors. And ideally, you want to have all the materials that you need prior to getting started with your ritual. That way you've cleansed and kept your mind set in the way that it needs to be, and you don't have to consider anything else. So let my follies be your upliftment. One moment. Only let my follies be your upliftment. When I make little mistakes like this, guys, it's not okay to prey on people, but it is okay to learn from the mistakes of others. Next, I'm going to tie this. I'm going to wrap this around. And you can wrap this however you want, okay? It's just important that you get it done. There's no specific way to do it. A lot of people will tell you that there is a specific way. I will tell you that as long as you get it done, you'll be okay. Because we're all different. We all have different ways of doing things. And we all have different things that we're trying to overcome. And everyone overcomes things in their own way. So you want to tie your cord however it best suits you. And I'm just going to cut this right here. The next thing that we're going to do is use our salt. We're going to be creating a protective circle around our candles using the salt provided. If you have the jar of salt that I provided for you, you can simply pour it. I'm using a larger jar, so I'm going to be putting mine around like this. And what the salt does is it provides a protective circle to make sure that no harm comes to anyone who isn't involved directly in this ritual, and that no harm comes to anyone who is involved in the ritual. Remember that we are doing this ritual to reclaim our own energy, cut ties, and sever bonds, not to cause any harm to anyone. And when you do your circle, make sure that you do your circle in one little swoop. Mine is a little bit wonky because of how I have my everything positioned for the camera, but it's best if you can just pour your salt around in one circle like that, like this. But if you can't, that's okay too, because the most important part is getting the circle created. Next, we're going to light our candles. While we light the candle, after we light the candle, we're going to hold our clear quartz crystal in our hands. And during that time, we are going to be imagining the cord being cut, watching the cord burn away, and we are going to be filling this quartz crystal with all of the positive intentions that we have for the outcome of this ritual. So we're going to go ahead and light our candles with the match now. First, light the candle that represents you, and then light the candle that represents your adversary or the cord that you wish to break, the bond that you wish to break. Okay. All right. We're going to light the candles now, remembering to focus on our intentions. And we are going to proceed to watch this ritual occur while whilst holding our clear quartz and infusing it with that energy and remembering the reasons that we are breaking this bond, filling it with pure positive intentions for our outcome. As your candles burn, it's super important that you pay attention to what's going on with the candles, the shape of the wax, because they do tell a story about the situation that you're in. As you can see here, as my candle burns, the black wax surrounds the white wax almost completely. Eventually, the black wax actually spills outside of the protective salt barrier. This is not ideal for me in the situation that I have going on, but it lets me know that the forces against me are stronger and they're bringing people into this situation that don't actually even need to be involved at all. Also, the black candle is continuing to burn longer than the white candle. The white candle representing me has long gone out, so I lit this candle about an hour ago. The white candle burned down and went out almost immediately, while the black candle continued to burn. I'm holding my crystal and keeping all of my intentions pure and really focusing on cutting the cord from this black candle. As you can see here, the black candle has separated into kind of two flames. So before I turned on the camera, it was two distinct flames. The flames have now come together, which kind of symbolize two forces working together, maybe one force influencing the other more. So I'm going to let this burn out.
To be one now.
And now that it has, I've cleaned up
Once you're
everything,
done with your
gotten rid of the
ritual, after
candle
you've
wax. Now
gotten
I
rid of
am
your candle
cleansing
wax
my
and salt
space with the
and
Florida
everything,
water to get
you're going
ready
to want
for a
to
next
clean
ritual.
your dish that
If
you
I
use
do
to do
decide
your
to do
ritual.
one, you can repeat your cord
Especially
cutting
since it's a
ritual
cord cutting
in
ritual.
about 2 weeks after
Any
you see
ritual,
how
really.
it's worked
You always
and
want to make sure that
how
your
you're
space is
feeling about
clean.
it.
I'm
Has that
cleansing
cord
this
been
space with
removed, or
that
do you need
Florida
to
water,
repeat the
guys.
ritual?
So stay
So
safe
yes,
and
it's super important to pay attention
stay
to
in your
everything. Make
magic.
sure to journal.
Peace.